I can do this. I already have enough to draw a card, and I'll do this for 2. And I get all of those things. Gain a crap ton of life. Amalia will get huge. I don't think Amalia... Well, Amalia might get to the 20, and if that's the case, then we probably win, right? So that seems interesting. Let's see. Let's see. Not enough for the 20. Okay, so we got the win. So this was a fantastic showing of the deck. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another video on the channel. Today's video is going to be a standard deck, and as you can see by the name, it's a life gain deck. It's Orzhov, and it features a lot of new cards from the new Secrets of Strixhaven deck, and I'm gonna start by those. We are playing 2 Erodes, we are playing 2 Scheming Silvertongues, we are playing 2 Moseo Veins Uneaten. What a goddamn card, man. We are playing 2 Fix What's Broken, also very good, and 1 Decorum Dissertation, and I'm gonna explain why I chose the dissertation here. So while testing out the deck, I felt that there was 2 things that we were needing the most. I'm gonna start by the reason of the Decorum Dissertation, and that was consistent card draw. For example, we have the new Scheming Silvertongue, which basically if you gain 2 or more life this turn, it gets prepared and you get a sign in blood, but then if you play the sign in blood, you need to prepare it again so you can get it again. Also, it's just a 1/3, it costs 2. There are a million of spells that can destroy the Scheming Silvertongue pretty easily, so it wasn't easy to always get the sign in blood. Then you also have obviously Haliya, but then again people are expecting Haliya, so it's basically a kill on sight. And you have Exemplar of Light, which is pretty much the same thing as Haliya. It gets huge, it draws cards, but it's also just 1 per turn, the same with Haliya. Decorum Dissertation seemed like a very good way of getting that consistent card draw, and the 2 life lost wouldn't be exactly a problem. Like if you couldn't pay, you would just not cast that turn, or if the deck is working, you can just pay 2 life every turn, 2, 3, 4 times a turn, and that doesn't really make any difference for you. Now, Erode was the second thing I thought was missing, which was interaction. I really think you can probably play with more Erodes. It's a pretty decent card, it destroys planeswalkers as well. You can, if you're missing land drops, you can destroy your own creatures because you have ways of getting them back. So you can destroy your own creatures and go get the basic land cards you need. And Sheltered by Ghosts is also a little bit of interaction that we have here. Very different, very good, we all know what that does. Same with Day of Judgment, and even Amalia can become that interactive card / board wipe for everything except herself, so pretty decent. In terms of getting your creatures out of the graveyard, which is gonna happen a lot, you have Moseo Veins Uneaten, which reads, when Moseo enters, create a 1/1 black and green past creature token with, whenever this creature attacks, you gain 1 life, and then it has Infusion, that reads, at the beginning of your end step, if you gain life this turn, return up to 1 target creature card with mana value X or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, where X is the amount of life you gain this turn. You should probably run 1 more, but basically Moseo is gonna hit the battlefield. You will probably have an Haliya, an Hinterland Sanctifier, a case of the Uneaten Feast or something already in the battlefield. It will trigger immediately, it will create a token, it will trigger again, and you will get a chance of, if it doesn't die obviously, you'll get a chance to put something from your graveyard into the battlefield. And then Fix What's Broken, you pay 4, and then you pay X life, and you return each artifact and creature card with mana value X from your graveyard to the battlefield. So you can pay 1 and get all the Hinterland Sanctifiers that are there. You can pay 2 and get most of the things like Scheming Silvertongue, Amalia, Vengeful Blood Witch, Essence Channeler, or you can pay 3 and that's pretty much it. You can also pay 4, but don't do that because of one Exemplar of Light. But you can pay 3 and get Haliya's and Aerith Gainsborough out of the graveyard. So the deck works out pretty well. I started at gold, but you're gonna see me get to platinum with this deck. Only 5 games because I played a lot off camera as well. I really think the deck can and will get better because I will probably revisit this deck at some point. I really do like lifelink, so I think it makes sense, but you'll see how this deck really performs during the gameplay. Let me know down in the comments if you guys have already played with a deck like this in this new season, or with these new cards, or even with this deck. I did not reinvent the wheel, and I think I got the original list from EtherHub or something like that, but I changed a lot of things, so this is pretty much my concoction. So a lot of potential. I think it can be improved by a lot as well, so give me your advices, your tips. If you have a better Orzhov or whatever Lifegain deck, let me know. Leave the deck list in the description and I will most certainly try it out and give you a shout out in a video where I try that deck list. So enough yapping, let's get into some games. I have no idea how the hell you pronounce that name, so I'm not gonna try, but let's go. Let's see if we can get the rank up. I've been playing with this deck off camera, and apart from a little spell yesterday night, I think we managed to win most of our games. But you know how Magic is, the deck just stops working for a while and then it just starts working again. So let's hope we're in that the deck works again phase, because it sucks when it doesn't, man. But I've been playing with it, I've been enjoying it. Some new additions are pretty interesting. I think I'm gonna try and start drawing some cards here. Haliya there, we are on 2, and then just the Hinterland Sanctifier so that we can get to 4 life gain this turn, draw a card. Aerith is pretty decent. I might Hinterland Sanctifier and Elite Interceptor next turn, because I'm going to assume our cards are not gonna last for a long time here. I could also just Haliya and, you know, no, I will go for a little bit more value here. I will go with the Elite Interceptor so that I can have the Rejoinder already active. I'm gonna deal a little bit of damage. So we basically have the Case of Uneaten Feast already active as well, I think. Okay. Ooh, he took out an Artist's Talent. That means he's gonna create a treasure, and he probably has another one, because Artist's Talent is one of the biggest fuelers for this deck. So I'm going to assume... Okay, I guess not. I wouldn't mind a Sheltered by Ghost, I'm gonna be honest with you. That is not it. Not even close to it. Let me think. Exemplar of Light will draw me cards. Yeah, I'll go with the Exemplar of Light. It draws cards. It is it becomes a big body pretty quickly. Okay, Sheltered by Ghosts. Let's see if this is not too late. I'll attack with all 3, I don't mind, even if our opponent has something like a split up or something, because with the Case of Uneaten Feast we can just go get those 3 back. Okay, like that doesn't change anything. We can still go get the creatures back. It's just a little bit harder now. I'm gonna go with Haliya, and I will try and Sheltered by Ghosts. but our opponent has one treasure, which can mean a lot of different things. So I'll take the Monument to Endurance. I think that's, from what our opponent has, I think that's the most important thing. Now, do I think Ali is gonna survive? Not a chance in hell. But like I said before, I have a way of getting those cards back, except the Sheltered by Ghosts. Maybe we should add more Sheltered by Ghosts, and maybe in a road or two. Seems like a pretty good card for standard these days. Sorry, had to yawn for a little. Okay, we're getting hit by 2. Our opponent has 4 mana. Discard and draw. Okay, so I think we're gonna get at least one hit from Haliya. Which is pretty decent. Another land. My god. I only have 23 lands in the deck, and it seems like that's more than enough. Okay, so I'm going to attack now. I will play the Susur Secundi, Void Altar. And no, I will not do that because our opponent might have a split up. That sucks, but it is what it is. And another land, because of course it is, right? Sorry, the post office came to my house, so I was pretty much forced to do that. So I guess our opponent didn't really do anything, which is fantastic for us. So let's go with the Amalia. If you see me a little out of breath, it's because, well, I'm fat. And I literally sprinted. That's fine. That is fine. We still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana available that we can actually, in case of the Uneaten Feast, and go get both of them back. So that's literally what I'm going to do. Right? Yep. Okay, so I don't think our opponent did exactly. So we still got the win. Fantastic. This video is gonna get cut to pieces, but great win. Let's get into another game. So pretty good win. Let's see if Spy-Tie 974 with the cactus from Final Fantasy, I think. I don't remember the cacti name, but pretty sure it is. This end is not bad. I'm going to start with the Shattered Sanctum and then, you know, play safe. Okay, so we're okay, so change of plans, the Vanguard. We cannot really play safe here. It's going to be a very aggressive match. Our opponents usually have a lot of responses, especially when it comes to cards or decks like these ones. Okay, so I'll go with the Blood Witch. I'm setting it up a little bit. Not gonna attack. I will take a big hit with the Sheltered by Ghost. I'm a little bit more confident, you know. Okay, so no big hit still. Okay, that's decent. And he spent his whole mana doing that, his whole turn. So I think I should go Case of Uneaten Feast and Sheltered by Ghost on the Vengeful Blood Witch, taking out the Higher Claw. But I will put a target on, yeah, but I will still do that. That will mean that I will attack now so that we can gain a little bit more life. That will mean that The Vengeful Blood Witch now has a target on its on its head, but our opponent will spend the entire turn doing that, so just to get Desired Claw back, I don't think that's a very good trade. And now we can try and warp Haliya and go into the Essence Channeler. We cannot forget that Moseo will be extremely helpful here in more than one way, and I will attack, obviously. So he's not gonna block, I'm fairly certain about that. We both have only 2 cards in hand, so that's pretty good. We can see that our opponent has ways of gaining life, which is bad for us, but I doubt they'll out life gain us just because they're playing Lightning Helix, which is a fantastic card, by the way. A lightning bolt with lifelink. It's kind of crazy. I don't know if Spy Tie has quit or not. Maybe he has only 2 lands in hand or something. But I am happy with the card draw. And we already have a case of the Uneaten Feast ready to go if we lose the Channeler, for example. Or if we lose our entire board, right? Because our opponent might be playing with a Day of Judgment just to be safe or something like that, just like we are, right? I only have 1. I think this deck, the only thing it's missing is actually a little bit more interaction. So I might take out the Elite Interceptor, even though it's a good way of drawing cards and, you know, protecting yourself in some ways. But it's a sorcery, so I don't really like that. Plus, you cannot really prepare it again, so I don't think it works as well as I thought. So I'll probably add 1 Day of Judgment and Sheltered by Ghosts, maybe. Or a Sheltered by Ghosts, have 3 and 2 Erodes. Yeah, I think that's the play. 1 Sheltered by Ghosts and 2 Erodes, maybe. So our opponent is going all out. He's putting the counters even before the blocks, which is crazy. Which, by the way, I'm not going to block. So let's see what he does. I will just take that and move on. Another land, not good, but I think we will go with another Haliya. If our opponent has something, he can just kill the Channeler, the Leonine Vanguard, Haliya, even the case of the Uneaten Feast, you know, like he can actually do that because of the, if he might ever get lost. I guess I cannot speak today again. It's becoming a regular thing on the channel, so if you like to hear people that can't really speak good, just hit that subscribe button, you know. And our opponent is deep in thought. I guess I'm just gonna cue the elevator music and rest for a little. Okay, so I guess we can play again. That's fantastic. We are going to gain a lot of life. Well, 3 life, I mean, because of the Vanguard, and we will be attacking, obviously. There's no point not to. We are going to draw. Let's see if we draw something good. Another land. That kind of sucks, but unless our opponent kills us this turn, which I don't think it's going to be that easy, because we're on 21 life, you know, and you cannot really just go willy-nilly with the attacks. I mean, he can if he wants to. I don't mind. It's a big favor. It is a big favor if he wants to do that for me. I will be very thankful. But, you know, 5 life, I will not risk that at all. Okay, so he's distributing the counters. That makes all the sense. He'll probably just attack with the Iron Claw. He knows I will not block with Haliya, so he can then pump it and still have 3 blockers for my attacks. Or he might not attack at all because he knows that just one removal spell might. Okay, so he decided to attack with everything. He only has one card in hand. Maybe he really wants to scry, but he didn't need to attack with everything to scry, so I don't know the logic behind this. 3, 5, 7. So he needs to deal triple the damage, and he only has one card left. I could take out Haliya, break the case, and go get it back, but I think I want a Moseo next turn if I can. So I'll definitely not attack. Or block, I mean. And we're taking 8. We're gonna go down to 12, I think. Like, is there a way our opponent can kill us with just 1 mana? I don't think there is. With just 1 mana, I don't think there is. Let's see. Yeah, okay, that's fine. That's solid. He's not even gaining life or something, so I think we got this. Now we just need to wait for our opponent to finish whatever he's doing. So, yeah, I guess I'll be waiting a little. Okay, he's finally back. Took a while, but he's finally back. So he's dealing 11 instead of the 8 we originally thought, but it's still not enough for our opponent, so we're just gonna go with Elite Interceptor. Why not? And we got the win. It was a matter of time. Our opponent was way too slow with things, but we'll take it. Let's get into another one. Aratos the Mighty. We do not have any. I don't like this hand. I'm gonna mulligan. No black mana. Nothing to give life except Haliya, but I will not be drawing cards so soon. I know we're going second, so we might draw Hinterland Sanctifier, a case of the Uneaten Feast, or even a black source, but not really a hand that gets me going in the right way. So I'll mulligan. We can argue this one's worse. I will keep this one though. I don't want to lose more cards in hand. It's not gonna be a good game for us. I will go with the Susur Secundi because why the hell not? And I think our first play. Oh, okay, so it's the discard. This is gonna be very, very difficult. I think our first play will have to be the Intercept. Okay, so see, it's very difficult when you mess up. Oh my god, really? Like, I could do a 3-hour compilation of just these kinds of dumbass mistakes, but who would want to see that, you know? What the hell was that? Magic is something else, man. Magic Arena is something else. So now I'll go with that. I'll play the Haliya. It doesn't make any difference. I'm not gonna gain enough life to actually draw, but it is something already. And I will tap Haliya with the Secundi so that it can start to do some stuff there. But I think we are a little bit too late on this one, and my misplay on this. It's not that it would have made a big difference, because I don't really know if I would like to do that, but to block with the Elite Interceptor, I mean, target attacking creature and he gains trample, so he's gonna put it there. So it gains trample, so there's no point in blocking that one. We'll just block that one. And now he's got a Marauding Mako. This is a very interesting deck. I don't know why I never tried to play with it. I mean, I did try to play with it, but not really in the best way, I guess, if you can say that. So if I go with 1, I can do that, gain 2 life, go get the Elite Interceptor back, right? Yeah, I think I can do that. Well, actually, I'll gain 3 life, but I really don't know. Yeah, it's this one that's keeping priority up. I could also Vengeful Blood Witch, you know. Yeah, but I don't think that really does anything. This at least gives me 2 blockers again. Plus a card draw. Obviously, Moseo is not the blocker. And I will station Haliya again. So let's go get the Elite Interceptor. Plus the card draw, plus the life gain, plus all the blah blah blah, you know. Pretty good, can't really complain about this. Around 16 again, but now I think our opponent's gonna start with the more aggressive discard. We will have to try and minimize as much damage as possible. So we discarded the Terza. I'm not gonna block the Iron Shield Elf because that will make him unblockable, obviously. Well, indestructible, sorry, because he can just take out one of the cards that he has in hand. Moseo kinda sucks to lose, but it's expected. It's only a 2-1. I think that's his biggest issue. And he's gonna tap the little token, so I will need to eat those 4. I mean, nah. We're on 8, so Day of Judgment. We got all the land in the world, so there's no really fighting against this, you know what I mean? So let's go get an Haliya. Gain 1 life. Put the Vengeful Blood Witch on the battlefield. Pretty sure we're dead this turn. I don't know if that screw up. I'm going to attack with a token just to get the extra life gain and the extra card, because if we can get something good with this draw and our next draw, if we get there, we might... Okay, so that's not it for sure. Oh my god, that sucks so much. We would need a Day of Judgment, but the issue with the Day of Judgment is even if we get it, he will still protect his Iron Shield Elf, so that is the biggest issue, you know. So that is a 4-4 with Trample. I will block Inti, or try to, and with Haliya and Vengeful Blood Witch. Okay, so I guess not. I think we're dead. 4, 6, 14. Yeah, we're dead. So pretty good. Our opponent played very well. We messed up a little. I think this is an interesting game. I think it's still gonna go on the video. So interesting matchup. Haven't been really seeing this deck a lot, which is weird because we're getting a lot of great discard cards. But yeah, I enjoy this game. Let's get into another one. Tango Riga, I would assume, because of the double L. We got 2 losses in a row. I like this hand actually. We got 2 losses in a row because how can we not? First game, our opponent got 3 Cubs and an Ouroboros in 3 turns, which is fair. And the second game, we saw 4 Vengeful Blood Witches and only 1 White Source the entire game. So again, fair. We tried. It was against an Angel deck. That one probably we could have done a little bit more, but it wasn't an easy game either way. So okay, so I guess our deck wants to work in pairs today, or Magic I mean, because our opponent saw 2 Sages of the Skies, I think, as well in the last game. So what is this supposed to be? Because it has a Demon Wall. Okay, right clicking X, he gains 2 life. I'm just gonna play the Scheming Silvertongue again, and we can actually play the Silvertongue and the Vengeful Blood Witch, or already the Well, actually no, because that only happens at the end step, so not really. Let's see. Maybe our opponent will sign in blood. We will definitely try and do that if the Scheming Silvertongue survives. If not, we might just fix what's broken and try and get both Scheming Silvertongues back. Okay, I assumed Unholy Annex was here for some reason. Well, should I kill it? You know what? I'll kill it. Or try to at least. We'll get more life. Our opponent loses life instead of gaining, so that seems pretty decent. First I'm gonna assign in blood. Okay, so that's actually pretty good. I'm going to case of the Uneaten Feast. I'm trying to set up for a bigger Amalia turn, because this will give me enough to get the sign in blood again. And we cannot forget that I have a Fix What's Broken, which is pretty decent. And it's not that difficult now to gain 5 life for Amalia, no, to solve Gaze of the Uneaten Feast. Our opponent only has 3 mana, but our creatures are very easy to kill with 3 mana. So, okay, so that sucks. I think I'm gonna do this again. We're gonna still get the life, I would assume. Yeah, I'll definitely try an Amalia. I know our opponent has something, but we're gonna get more than enough life unless our opponent kills Amalia immediately. I don't think I want another case of the Uneaten Feast. Mono black usually doesn't have a lot of oh, I like that. Yeah, I'll keep that for sure. Mono black doesn't usually have a lot of graveyard. Not graveyard, sorry. I was gonna say something stupid. A lot of enchantment removal, that's what I was trying to say. Okay. Yeah, that was smart. I didn't notice the demolition field. I actually thought it was... but I can just decline that. You know, this deck doesn't really need a lot of mana to function, so I'll decline. I had nothing to play with, just 1 mana. So let's just decline. If I need to, I'll Godless Shrine for 2 next turn. Now, our opponent can either open the Unholy Annex for the Ritual Chamber, right? Something like that. I don't want to really remind him of that possibility, because it's a goddamn 6/6. Or he can transform the Soulstone Sanctuary, for example. Or just get the Bloodletter of Aguirre. That also works. They lose twice that much. I'll block there. There's no point not to. Plus my Amalia just gets bigger. I'm losing 4 life now, so... which is not ideal, don't get me wrong. I'll go with Aerith, because it's gonna get huge. Same with Amalia. No, I don't want another Vengeful Blood Witch. I want something more interesting. An Haliya, for example. And Haliya is definitely good. I think I'll go with that now. Okay. Get more out of Haliya. I will attack with that and that now. No, not that. I'll attack with just the... yeah, just the Amalia. I can see our opponent just taking it because Bloodletter of Aguirre is part of a combo, so... okay, he did not. I'll take that with pleasure. Now we have the case of the Uneaten Feast already solved, so we can actually go start getting some stuff out of the graveyard if needed. Or if our opponent just wipes the board, which, again, Nothing too crazy or unexpected. But now we have a 12-12 and 8-8, so I will obviously block. I don't really care if our opponent kills it. I can sense something coming because this makes no sense. So either our opponent has a bunch of small creatures or a board wipe. Yeah, a board wipe. That's fine. Don't necessarily mind that. First of all, our opponent will lose a bunch of life, which is always nice. I had like what, 6 creatures? So I'm assuming like 12 life will be lost, more than that. Okay, so yeah, 12 life. There's 13 triggers, but 12 life. And we can just go with fix what's broken next turn. That's the Creation Demon. So against 2 we lose 2. My turn. Let me do the math here. So if I go with fix what's broken for 2, I get Amalia, Vengeful Blood Witch, all of them, Scheming Silvertongue, both Scheming Silvertongues as well. I can do this. I already have enough to draw a card, and I'll do this for 2. And I get all of those things. Gain a crap ton of life. Amalia will get the huge. I don't think Amalia... Well, Amalia might get to the 20, and if that's the case, then we probably win, right? So that seems interesting. Let's see. Let's see. Not enough for the 20. Okay, so we got the win. So this was a fantastic showing of the deck. Amalia, Fix What's Broken, Haliya, Scheming Silvertongue, Vengeful Blood Witch. You know, this was actually one of the best wins I've gotten with the deck. Pretty interesting, pretty decent. Let's see if you can get the rank up. Wise Veteran Brawler. So a Veteran Brawler versus a Veteran Brawler. Let's see. Let's see what Wise does to prevent us from getting our rank up this time. No turn 1 plays, but 2 good turn 2 plays that we can actually have. So I'll keep... I can play the Godless Shrine tapped if we don't get anything. Okay, so change of plans. Case of the Uneaten Feast immediately. And I will most likely Haliya, maybe? No. Maybe it's best. Nah. I can also not play anything. Maybe it's best not to play anything, and next turn Haliya and Essence Channeler, you know, gaining more life. Haliya warped, obviously, because I wish I could play... Ooh, okay. Was not expecting that. Okay, so we warp Haliya. We gain 2 life. We can also go with the Scheming Silvertongue, to be fair, but I think I want to go with the Essence Channeler. Maybe I should have went the other way around, because Haliya is gonna leave the battlefield, so we're not really gonna have anything, you know. But we always have Moseo, Veins, Uneaten, so I think next turn is probably Scheming Silvertongue and Vengeful Blood Witch, I would say. Okay, Caretaker's Talent, so it's creating a cat. Probably copying it. No? He wrote. Okay. That seems like a very good card to... I think top deck. I'm honestly gonna say top deck. Who knows, man? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am wrong. So, considering we have 5 mana, I think Haliya and Scheming Silvertongue is the play. We cannot ever forget what Fix What's Broken does. I'll go with this just so that we can have the Sign in Blood. Okay, Amalia is also pretty good. Obviously, our opponent is playing with something that will create a lot of tokens with the Felidar Retreat. Get a lot of card draw, making them very big, so we kind of need to get ourselves a Day of Judgment here. I still Explorer. But he played... Oh, he can play another one, that's true. So, let's see. So he decided to make them bigger. He might attack with the cat. I will not block, obviously. There's no reason to do that. No blocks. We will have 6 mana next turn. We can go Moseo, Amalia, or Moseo Vengeful, or Amalia Vengeful. I think Moseo really is... yeah, definitely Moseo. So, no, I'll go with Amalia first. So that way we can kind of see what we get. Land, of course it is. More land, of course it is. 22 lands in this deck. Do not forget that. More? Or something nice. I could take a Scheming Silvertongue, but we have a Fix What's Broken. So I think I want to see something different, like, for example, Sheltered by Ghosts. And you know what? I will actually attack with that as well. So Amalia gets a couple more triggers. We will go get the Essence Channeler, which means a couple more triggers. And that is actually fantastic. More land, because of course, and another Sheltered by Ghost. Okay, so that was decent, you know? Apart from the 3 lands we got 2 Sheltered by Ghost as well, so can't really complain about that one. We have an 8/8 now that can block. We have everything in block actually, because we have Fix What's Broken. But if I can, I will try and not lose a lot of creatures this turn, because you know how these things go. I kind of want to do the Vengeful Blood Witch thing, but we all know we're gonna have 2 Sheltered by Ghosts next turn, so that's also pretty decent. Our opponent will do that. Now, will our opponent play a land? No? Okay, so that is good for us. I will do that. I'll Sheltered by Ghosts Amalia. I'll take the Felidar Retreat, and I will Sheltered by Ghosts Amalia again, because that way it costs a lot more. And I will take out the cub. I don't want him to have that much mana, you know what I mean? So now we're gonna go with the Vengeful Blood Witch, so our things are gonna get bigger, and we will be able to get Moseo or whatever we want from the graveyard with Moseo, I mean. I will get the other Vengeful Blood Witch for sure. So I'm not gonna attack with Amalia. I will attack with the Scheming Silvertongue though, with Moseo. And I can actually attack with... No. I mean, I can if I want to. Do I want to? I want to. Screw it. Because that's still a long way from the 20. I could also have gotten the Exemplar of Light, to be fair. And I can still do that if I want to. Just don't know if I do want to do that or get another Vengeful Blood Witch. I might go get the Exemplar of Light, to be honest. I'll take an Haliya in my hand, actually. So, end turn. We gained 5 life. Let's go get the Exemplar of Light here. And we get the Haliya in our hands. Another case, sure. I'll take another case. Okay, so my goal is to close out the game next turn. Don't really know how, but we have let's say three big blockers. Our opponent's biggest creatures only have 3 power. Destroy target creature, mana value 3 or greater. Okay. You don't have enough for that. Oh, flying. Okay, but we are on 40 life. So 4, 8, 12. Yeah, we got the win. So finally we got a decent rank up opportunity. The 2 Sheltered by Ghosts basically did all the work for us, all the heavy lifting for us, so pretty happy with this one. Let's get into the final thoughts. So, final thoughts everyone. As you guys know, I really enjoy Lifegain decks. I think that this one has a lot of potential. I do not think this is the best version out there. For this Orzhov Lifegain deck, you know, I think that cards like Decorum Dissertation, for example, seem very good, but they're basically another Sign in Blood, you know. The good thing about this is that you only need to play this once and you'll get it back with Paradigm, but it is a very expensive card. You can probably do this and spend your whole turn doing it, so I'll most likely take this one out and maybe add Fix What's Broken or more interaction, because that was the biggest thing for me with this deck. We had very little interaction in the beginning. The first couple of games up until the last game, I must have changed the deck like 5 times. I really think this works out much better than what we had. I do think there's more room for at least one more Aerith here. I do think Amalia, because of its interaction also with the, well, not the interaction itself, but the ability of being able to turn into a board wipe for everything except itself and OTK your opponents. I think that Amalia should have at least 3, like I have here. Then maybe some other cards like Hinterland Sanctifier. We ended up taking out that cat. I don't remember the name. Let's see if I can find it real quick. Yeah, here it is. Leonine Vanguard. Like, we ended up taking this one out because you need 3 creatures in the battlefield, so you need at least 3 turns before this starts gaining life and getting the +1/+1. The +1/+1 is only until end of turn, blah blah, so there's a lot of hoops to jump with that, so I would probably try and add something different. Vengeful Blood Witch, as always, works perfectly with cards like Amalia and Day of Judgment. The more you have there, the better. Moseo is my favorite card of the deck for sure. It enters immediately, you get triggers because of you usually have Case of Uneaten Feast, Hinterland Sanctifier, whatever, so Haliya, you know, something that gains you life. Then it creates a token, gets more triggers, you know, it immediately can bring back something from your graveyard. It's fantastic. And Fix What's Broken is also one of those very good new cards for this deck. We didn't see a lot of Erode. Maybe there's space for 4. I only have 2. Didn't think it was needed to add more, but I think that interaction is basically what's missing in this deck. And then you have several ways of finishing it. You either pummel your opponents to death with the Essence Channelers and Amalias and Exemplar of Light, or Aerith as well, or you just Day of Judgment, Vengeful Blood Witch, Amalia, Vengeful Blood Witch, Amalia, Vengeful Blood Witch, and you know, there's a lot of ways. This was the video. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know if there's more cards, especially from this new set, that I might have missed that will fit here perfectly. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. It helps out the channel a ton. We're almost at the 350 sub goal. Very close to it. So let's hope we can get there pretty soon. Thanks for the support in the last couple of videos. Really been enjoying that as well. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.